Hello, all. Franco Blonder here. How did we get here? How did everything just completely go south? How did it go south? We got old Trumpo in office there telling the people of Tehran, the city of Tehran in Iran, to leave. How do you tell 10 million people to leave? Like, how does that work? How does that work? Just say it. Just say it. Once again, we're getting dragged into this bullshit in the Middle East. Let's see a clip from the past. I'm going to show a couple of clips from the past and how we got there. Okay, this is the General Wesley Clark.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me, and one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Yeah. Do you see the countries he listed? Do you see all those countries he listed? Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Iran. It all ends with Iran. Iran's the big enchilada. They've been trying to do this for like a quarter century at this point. Now, let's listen to Bibi Netanyahu. I'm sorry, Benjamin Malachowski, because that's his real name. They always change their names. Malachowski from Lithuania, wherever he's from. I think he was born in Tel Aviv, but his parents are from his father's from Lithuania. You know, Ashkenazi. He's an Ashkenazi. Anyway, let's listen to what he has to say. This is before the UN.
So how much enriched uranium do you need for a bomb? And how close is Iran to getting it? Well, let me show you. Brought a diagram for you. Here's a diagram. This is a bomb. This is a fuse. In the case of Iran's nuclear plans to build a bomb, this bomb has to be filled with enough enriched uranium. And Iran has to go through 3 stages. Where's Iran? Iran's completed the first stage. Now they're well into the second stage. And by next spring, at most, by next summer, at current enrichment rates, they will have finished the medium enrichment and move on to the final stage. From there, it's only a few months, possibly a few weeks, before they get enough enriched uranium for the first bomb. If these are the facts, and they are, where should a red line be drawn? A red line should be drawn right here. before Iran completes the second stage of nuclear enrichment necessary to make a bomb.
Yeah, see, he's got this little oak tag, and he's got the picture of the bomb that he got from Looney Tunes Acme store or something. So they've been telling us that Iran's got the bomb. We're working to get the bomb this close. 30 years, maybe more. Do they have it? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Talking about it for 30 years. But now, they're just suckering old Orange Man into this. This is really gonna fuck his presidency up, trust me. This is going to block it up. It's my opinion. Does Iran have the bomb? I don't know. Probably at this point, maybe. Will they use it? Yeah. On the U.S.? No. They'll use it on Tel Aviv and whatever other places they got over there. I don't know. It's not going to end well either way for Israel. Israel's technically, what are they bombing? Palestine, Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, and now Iran. They're bombing 5 countries. And no one's saying it. They're bombing 5 countries. Bombing 5 countries. So now let's listen to, what is this? Patrick Clausen. Patrick Clausen he's talking in a think tank about the near Middle East, something or other. You can read it in the background. It's a think tank. It's like the Council of Foreign Relations. More bullshit. Listen to what he has to say.
And it's very hard for me to see how the United States president can get us to war with Iran. Which leads me to conclude that if, in fact, compromise is not coming, that the traditional way of America gets to war is what would be best for U.S. interests. Some people might think that Mr. Roosevelt wanted to get us into World War II, as David mentioned. You may recall we had to wait for Pearl Harbor. Some people might think Mr. Wilson wanted to get us into World War I. You may recall he had to wait for the Lusitania episode. Some people might think that Mr. Johnson wanted to send troops to Vietnam. You may recall that he had to wait for the Gulf of Tonkin episode. We didn't go to war with Spain until the until the Maine exploded. And may I point out that Mr. Lincoln did not feel he could call out the Federal Army until Fort Sumter was attacked, which is why he ordered the commander at Fort Sumter to do exactly that thing, which the South Carolinians had said would cause an attack. So if, in fact, the Iranians aren't going to compromise, it would be best if somebody else started the war. But I would just like to suggest that one can combine other means of pressure with sanctions. I mentioned that explosion on August 17th. We could step up the pressure. I mean, look, people, Iranian submarines periodically go down. Someday one of them might not come up. Who would know why? We can do a variety of things if we wish to increase the pressure. I'm not advocating that, but I'm just suggesting that this is not a either-or proposition. It's just sanctions has to succeed or other things. We are in the game of using covert means against the Iranians.
Yeah, he's just talking about, once again, Iran. It's always ending with Iran. They've been wanting to take Iran out. We overthrew Iran in 53? The CIA? And then we put the Shah in there, and then I don't know, Carter did something, and they seized all our CIA assets at the embassy there in, 79? Held them for like a year or something? They were all CIA people, man. Come on. Just it's just nonsense. Just to hell with the Middle East, man. We don't belong there. It's not our fight. We have nothing to do with this. But, Benjamin Walakowski, we got to protect him, man. Come on. He would never lie. Like I said, this is just ridiculous. We don't belong there. And this is not going to end well for the U.S. Certainly not going to end well for Israel. all the people that they've let in. I mean, who knows who came into our borders and what the, you know, are they going to do something crazy? I don't know, man. This is a crazy world. And it's just, why is all this going on? What? America first, right? America first? What happened to that? Just keep going after the death to the grift. America first. I don't know, James Comey's putting undercover threats to the president. Is he arrested? No, he's not. Bibby's going to the headlines in the New York Post. Bibby's out there saying, oh yeah, the 2 assassination attempts on Trump. That was Iran. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. People just gobble this stuff up. Remember the yellow cake? Remember the yellow cake, you know? When, you know, Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Oh yeah, he did it. Why'd we go there? For 9/11. Saddam had nothing to do with 9/11. Yeah, well, whatever, man. It's just frustrating. But I like to show all these clips from the past. Puts it in better context of the bullshit they've been saying for decades. Decades, people. Decades. With that, I love you all. Stay safe. Do a little preparation. Let's do some preparation. I don't know where we're going to be. Because I think, you know, I think we might be hitting Iran. Entering that whatever the hell that is, that quagmire. We might be hitting that by Thursday. You know? By Thursday. But with that, I love you all. Peace. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.